and decided to try my hand at creating my own car show last year. So we, with a lot of help from everybody here in the coalition, since I hadn't done it before, we managed to pull off the Genoa Customs and Classics, attempted as the first annual because I wanted to do this every year. And that went off pretty good. Definitely some lessons learned on how to do things a little bit differently. But yeah, we managed to have about, I think we had 180 ish registered vehicles, and the town manager said that by his count, we had at least 500-600 people extra in town visiting for the event. So we're spooling that up again this next year, and with some basically changes so that we can handle more cars, more people, and yeah, that's the plan. So I'm around to sponsor events and support the club where I can, but I have a variety of businesses that keep me rather occupied. So I tend to come in bursts and then support quietly from the background the rest of the time. So yeah,
hey, Sean,
that's me.
can you talk about where some of the money went from our last event last year?
Which from Genoa Customs and Classics?
Yeah, just for the new people that are out there tonight.
Gotcha. So we donated some money to the Masons Lodge. Really the goal of this last event, was to support the local businesses. There was a lot of, it's a small 2-intersection town, little bar, general store, Masons Lodge, thing like that. And a lot of those businesses thrive on, the tourism that comes through, which was really light the past few years. Candy Dance actually is a big event in Genoa that represents 75% of the town's annual income. So we donated some money to the town for supporting us and letting us use the park and the township for our show as a whole. We donated to the Masons Lodge, and then yeah, I have a bit of cash in reserve still for the coalition for whatever we choose to use it for. That's what we did with it so far. So next year we'll scale it up and find a couple other good causes to support and to fund with the event. So this one was really about helping the town out and some of the small local businesses or nonprofit groups. Next year I guess we'll see what's going to be the best course of action then, now that people aren't on lockdown and the businesses aren't struggling.
Yeah, it's growing really, really big. Al, why don't you jump in?
Wow, you guys just about covered everything. I don't have much to say. All I can say is, this thing is really, really working well for supporting the other car clubs as far as their car shows and stuff. I know that Vicki and I are involved in 2 major car shows, and one show we had almost 100% increase in cars this last year. The other one we had a 28% increase in cars at a car show for the Send a Scout to Camp car show. And the fact that we get in here and stay community, the Facebook page is awesome. Look at the car shows that are already popping up on there that Kevin's been putting on there.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a great deal. And let me tell you, if you have a hot rod and you're bored, you got a problem.
Well, I'll throw one more thing in, and then I should probably get back to my guests. But the previous town manager of Genoa, who's a good friend of mine and my neighbor, is now the events director for all of Alpine County, and he's interested in hosting more events, and the town will back events that are happening in Alpine County. So anybody that's part of the coalition now or is joining up or is trying to put together an event, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll put you in contact with JT Chevalier, and he's looking to support more car shows and more events in Alpine County, and they'll fund it. So anybody that wants to do that, I'm here as a resource.
perfect.
Cool.
Just a heads up to everybody out there, if you weren't at the N2M2 meeting, we will be on the calendar, on the Al's Rods and Customs calendar this year. And so we're going to get our name out there a little bit more, and hopefully we can get some more support from the local car clubs around town, and we can grow this into a beast.
What are some of the shows
Awesome.
that you do, Kevin?
Yeah, I had a lot of shows going on. I have a charity cruise for the Sierra Zoo coming up here in Reno. That's April 10th. I just posted a night, kind of a fun poker run and a barbecue that we're going to do here in Reno. It's going to involve 5 local parks, starting at Idlewild. Then we're going to have our cruise-ins, our Baldini's cruise-ins. We're going to have 4 of those coming up starting in July. We have a show and shine in July. We have another show and shine in September at Baldini's for the SPCA. We're busy this year. So it'll be all posted all over Facebook. You guys will see it. I'll be blowing up your phones.
Yeah. So I'm part of the Dayton Valley Car Club. We would put one show on a year with the Dayton Valley Days out here in the small town of Dayton. When everything got shut down, that's when we started these cruises and started the coalition. Last year, we did since we didn't have a car show, I don't even know if the Dayton Valley Days is going to exist any longer. We put on a cruise to Markleyville. It was just gorgeous. We met at.
We need to do that again.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to happen again. I didn't know what it would look like through Diamond Valley, but Diamond Valley did not get hit with the fire. You will see some from Turtle Rock kind of down into Markleyville, but Markleyville really, really enjoyed us. It was just a cruise. There was no show. Sean came with his music and provided music. We parked wherever right there in the town. And I think this year we're going to do a little something, maybe not a poker run, but something like a search. I have to talk to the car club to see how they do it, but just a nice cruise, pretty much the same route. Probably it's a really, really gorgeous cruise, starting at Bullies, cruising through Carson, getting on to into Genoa, make a stop there to let everybody go shop, do whatever for half hour, 45 minutes. And the cruise continues down footed along the Sierras there, shoots across 88, goes through a place called Diamond Valley. If you haven't been there, it's beautiful. And then we jump down into Markleyville and there's food there, a couple of restaurants there, and Sean gets the music and you leave whenever you want. It was a good day. It's a good day. It's a different event.
We did the coalition did this last year. We did a cruise last year, and I didn't even know where Markleyville was. But GPS is a wonderful thing. But it's an awesome event. I mean, just to get your car out, especially if you haven't been able to get your car out at the beginning of the season, just to do a cruise and enjoy your car, enjoy the scenery wherever our route ends up. It's a fun thing, and I hope it's something that we continue to do in the future.
Well, I know our car club's committed to putting it on. So, Tim, why don't you tell them about your show that you did?
Yeah, I'm down here in the Minden area, and we kind of did a thing where we met at Douglas High School parking lot and wanted to do a little tour through a couple of the hospitals that we have in the area here in Minden and Gardnerville, and kind of just we went in the line formation and went through the hospitals, emergency room areas and stuff, honked our horns and stuff, just to kind of honor the nurses and doctors who were, trying to figure out how to handle all of the COVID stuff when it was going on. And then we drove on down to the other, we started at the Minden Hospital and we went down to Gardnerville, went through that hospital's parking lot at all. And then we ended up driving to one of the parks that we have here, Lampe Park. Everybody sat out, brought their food and all of that stuff. And it was just a great time. Everybody, I think, enjoyed it. So probably going to plan something like that again this year.
Yeah. And also the people that haven't been on here, or this is their first time, if you have other events that you want to pop on there, as long as you're part of that coalition, submit them. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a car show. I mean, maybe you're having a party and you want a bunch of people at your party, and that's fine. We have no problem with that. We're pretty open. Alan, why don't you talk about your show?
Which one?
Both of them.
Okay, well, the one we do the first week of June. Yeah, for you guys that don't know me, my name's Al Jewell. This is my wife, Vicky. I am the local chapter head of Northern Nevada Inliners. But I'm also, as of the 1st of January, I'm the president of Inliners International. We have over 900 members. And the first Saturday of June every year, we do a show in downtown Minden on Esmeralda called the Rappin' to Minden Show. It's only $10 a car. This will be our 18th year of doing that. Like I said, we doubled our participation last year, and I know it's mainly because of the Car Coalition. It's a fun day, you know. We got music, you know, plenty of restaurants close by, things of that nature. The big show we do is the Send a Scout to Camp car show at Fuji Park, and we do that in August. This year it's on the 14th, 13th.
I gotta tell them.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's the 13th. I stand corrected. And we do it to support the Troop 33 and Troop 20. And what it's for is for them to be able to buy their uniforms and any equipment they need to go camping, pays for their summer camps, weekend camps, things of that nature. It started out, my grandson actually thought about it. He asked us one time, we were sitting here at dinner, if we could put on a car show for a fundraiser. I said, I don't know, I've never done one. Let's try it. And it's just skyrocketed from there. As a matter of fact, the next one is eighth annual.
Yeah, it's great. A good show. Maria,
Yeah, what's an inliner, Al?
An inline, like a 4-cylinder or an inline 6 or an inline 8.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I assumed that, but I wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
yes.
Most of mine are inline. I got 4 on this side and 4 on that side. Yeah. But I got a couple of inlines, so that's okay.
And Marie, are you still on?
I am. Just
Why
having
don't you
technical
jump in
difficulties.
and introduce yourself? And
Okay,
you've been part of the coalition a long, long time too. She's another core member that started with this soon after we got started. And tell them about your car club, what you guys do.
Well, I started off with Northern Nevada Classics with Kevin and Marnie. Great team, great core people. And a lot of us have Volkswagen Bugs are in the core. So we decided we really needed to create a VW Volkswagen club. And so it's called the VW Hub of Northern Nevada. And we coordinate a lot with everybody else as much as we can, especially Northern Nevada Classics, and make sure our schedules coordinate. And Coalition, we were at N2M2 just this past week or last week and looked at their schedule, but we have one event coming up this year. So when we first started, it's more of a hub. Initially, we're not really calling it, we're calling it a club, but it's a hub for all Volkswagen users. So you could be classic, you could be air cooled, you can classic air cooled, the same thing. And then you can also be newer and so forth. But we invite everyone to join us. And so we have random events here and there, but we do have one on May 1st, and it's at C Amigos in downtown Reno, right there in the heart of Midtown. And so last year, it was at another Mexican restaurant, and we had about Marnie. Is Marnie there? Or
She's
Kevin?
cooking right now. I can grab her. Let me go grab
Good
her.
girl. Well, no, I was okay. Yeah, bring her on in, please. If she's available, don't force her.
Sweetie.
But I believe we had around 60 cars. I actually had to leave town, and I didn't even, I'm the president and had to host the event, and I wasn't even there, so that was a little tough. But Marnie loves her Bug also, and so we're trying to get her here so we can talk. Hi, sweetheart. Do you got your wine? Cheers. Cheers, Marnie. So we're talking about the event a little bit, and we're talking about the hub and what it is. How many people did we have at the event last year? How many cars?
I was
maybe
there.
60.
60?
Oh, Al was there. Okay. Yeah, probably about 60. So this year we're expecting more, and that's why we've moved it, because we need a larger parking lot. So,
Yeah.
but we do little events here and there and get-togethers. We try to work with the other Volkswagen kind of clubs, like the Old Slammers and so forth. And so we just try to bring all of the Volkswagens together, where a lot of other Volkswagen clubs, they're like, okay, well, we're Old Slammers and we're vans and buses and so forth. So we're just trying to pull everyone together. So it's just a good range of people. It's a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
Anything yet, Marnie, you have to add?
No, you said it. That's it. That's the goal.
I'll tell you guys, if you've never been down to the Buggerama in Sacramento, that is a weekend deal in May, and that's the best time to go. And then they have it again in September. We go every year.
Labor
And
Day and yeah, Labor Day and
Yeah.
Memorial Day.
it's an incredible event. If you've never seen a VW Bug go down the quarter mile at 150 miles an hour, it's something to see.
One of our members, yes, he races
That's a
and he
bug.
goes down there constantly. Yes, and they're amazing. It's just
And then I don't know the guy's name, but maybe you do, Marie, but the gentleman that held a record down there for many, many years, it lives here in Carson City. So it's
Oh, really?
not just a drag race, it's a show. So they group everybody into bugs, buses, fastbacks. They put them all in together. And they have the drag race going as well. It's a car show as well. And then they also have the swap meet out back. It's just,
big,
and that's the Bug. Now the dragsters, which we know as rails, they do 190 miles an hour in a 4-cylinder VW. It's absolutely amazing to see.
I just don't think people realize what bugs can actually do.
Wait
Then
till
you
I
put them
put it-
out in Baja, and then you put them
Wait till I
out
put
there
the-
and they're jumping around everywhere.
It's crazy. It's a something to
Wait
see.
till I put a V8. I put a V8 in Hercules and we'll see.
Oh, I'd
Yeah,
love to
yeah.
see that.
No.
Is that next?
So why don't we, just real quick, because Kevin, I'm gonna lean on you in a minute here, since Rich can't get on about the next meet and greet at the museum.
Okay.
He's trying to set up, but let me go on with Alice. You guys jumped on pretty quickly there. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what car club you guys are with, or are you just guests? And
I'm Alice Butcher with Classic Chevy Plus. And you're talking about going to Sacramento on the long weekend in May, Memorial Weekend. That's when we're having our summer salute at San Rafael Park.
oh,
We
good.
go.
And where are you guys out of?
Reno.
Okay, in Reno.
And then Mike,
Dave's online. He's the new president of the Reno Miata Club. I was past president. Small group. We have about 100 people listed on the website. We have the usual suspects show up, and we don't do car shows, but we do runs. When you mention Markleyville, that's halfway to where we're going normally. But love those runs and would like to be involved in some of those others you're doing. I think that would be fun to join.
Well, if you guys are doing runs like that, just a fun run, if it's just, for your club and you want to put it out there and have a mix of vehicles, get that flyer out, get it over to the coalition. Kevin on here will look at it and approve it and post it. If you want an increase in people just to have fun. That's what this thing's all about.
Yep.
Yeah. And Rory, you're there. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Roy Planetta. I'm with Iron Mafia, and we do the Disabled American Vets Show every year. It'll be our 3rd year coming up here this year, August 27th. And we just were contacted by Vietnam vets. They want us to put on a show as well. We're having a meeting with them on February 23rd. So we'll have more information out after that and try not to, bug up anybody else's time.
Yeah, it's great. And that's another reason for this coalition is to try to, not have half the people at one show and half at another show and just kind of schedule around so we can increase, participants. So that's a great thing. It's a great thing you're doing for the vets. Thank you very much.
Hey, Roy, I'd like to ask Roy, are you familiar with the Honor Flight Nevada deal?
I am a little bit, yes.
Now, that might be another good connection because that's a big organization for the veterans here and very active I was lucky enough to go in September on that flight back to DC.
That's awesome.
My
They were
neighbor
at our
was
show, not this past August, but the August before. They came out with a bunch of stuff and were selling their t-shirts and things. So it was a good deal.
Excellent.
Awesome.
If you guys, if any of you haven't gone to an RN Mafia event, you need to. I've been going to it for the last few years, and they put on an awesome event, and it's so laid back, and it's so for such a great cause. And they pull in a lot of people. They pull in a lot of people, and it's just such a cool event, and they run it very well. And hats off to them for what they do.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Rory, where is it when you hold it?
It'll be at Baldini's. The
Oh.
show will be at Baldini's on August 27th.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, not Baldini's. I was thinking something else. Sportsman's Warehouse.
You're thinking of my
Uh,
show.
The DAB
yeah,
will
I
give
think
out,
I'm
they
there.
do the big raffle. They give out prizes. The first 100 cars, we get them a free raffle ticket towards guns and quads and things like that.
It's a great
Last year,
event.
they actually gave away a car.
Wow.
Just on the topic of the veterans, I just want to say that the summer salute, we give half the money that we make to the Veterans Guest House and the other half goes to the honor flight. So all the money that
Awesome.
we make on that goes to the veterans.
The Vietnam Vet Show that we're talking about, it'll go towards the Veterans House as well.
Wonderful.
That's awesome.
You
And
guys.
then the
need-
next one I
you
have
need to
down
throw
here
it out on
is-
the coalition page. You need to throw it out there so I can get it out there and approve it and get people out there to see it. And if any of you guys are part of the NNC page, I'd be happy to have you guys post it on my page as well.
Awesome. And then we got Terry down there, I'm seeing. Are you on still, Terry? And if you can hear me, you may be muted. I don't know, because I don't see a picture of you or anything else. There you go.
Are you referring to me, Dave?
Yep, I'm talking to you.
Yeah. Terry's the wife, Dave is the husband.
Oh, sorry. Okay, you're on two different things. Okay. And then somebody's on there by the name of Zoom user. You want to speak up, Zoom user?
That may be me. That's Chick Kozis.
Okay, why don't you go ahead?
I'm Chick Kozis. I'm representing the Douglas Dukes. And obviously from the name, we predominantly in Douglas County or Carson Valley. We're a loose association of car guys, hot rodders, street rodders, Bonneville racers, rock crawlers, Baja racers, off-road guys. So we got quite a conglomeration of people that are interested in things that have internal combustion engines in them. We're not much for putting on shows yet, and but I think we've got a pretty good group that would be happy to participate in a lot of the shows that the other guys are putting on. So I'm watching your Facebook page. We do have a brand new, fresh, shiny website that I'm in the process of building. And I have a calendar page dedicated to that. So anything that the coalition puts out, I'll be putting on our website as well for consumption by our guys. So I think you'll see plenty of our people participating in your events.
Perfect. Well, I tell you, those rock climbers are wicked machines for sure.
Sure, just to add to what you're saying, the coalition page is not only for just car shows, but it's for events. Anything car related that you want to post on that
Yep.
coalition page, we will accept and bring through.
All right, very good. Thank you.
So before I give it back to Kevin here, and we'll talk about the next event coming up. As we're growing here, and we're just a little over a year into this. During the wintertime when everybody's down and not doing anything, we're thinking we only tried this once. We're thinking about doing like 2 meet and greets through the winter. just to go have lunch. And we did that here a couple of weeks ago. And one of the guys that actually is hosting, along with Kevin, the Facebook page here, he said he's working, so he can't get on. So I'm going to have Kevin present what we're trying to accomplish on our next meet and greet in April. So kind of fill a gap of people not doing anything with their cars, but getting together and maybe talking cars and just having a good time with each other. And so we did that here a couple of weeks ago, and we had a good turnout. And we're going to do a second one here. We're finalizing it. And Kevin, can you tell us a little bit about what Rich Crombie is going to try to do?
Well, what we did our last meet and greet, it was our first meet and greet. And it was just kind of just to let people know what we were about and what we were trying to achieve and the direction we were going. We kind of felt that we needed to do a second meet and greet just to follow up. It was our first one, and actually it was pretty successful. We had a good turnout that day, and we have met a lot of new friends, got some emails, got some names. So it was a kind of a
Okay, Kevin, you muted
You just
yourself.
muted yourself, Kevin.
sorry, I had a phone. What we want to do going forward is Rich brought up that he has access to the automobile museum here in Reno. So what we're looking at, I think correct me if I'm wrong, Dennis, but April 3rd,
Correct.
we were planning to do another one like right before the car season really begins. Just to have a little get together and get all the clubs around the area and just talk about what we're doing moving forward, and just try to see what everyone else is doing. And we're talking about food trucks, and the museum, the Reno Museum is an awesome place. I mean, they held the N2 meeting there last week, and the person in charge there is very open and welcoming all car clubs that come in. So it's a great place to meet. So I'm looking forward to getting all our plans together and tying that up and then getting a post out real soon, so you folks know what we're all about and what we're going to do.
You have a time?
So far the time is 11 to 1. So
I
like
think
I
that-
said, we're still trying to confirm all that.
And I think, Kevin, didn't Rich say maybe we would do possibly, if anybody wanted to do a movie, I had a short movie, a car movie there?
Yeah. Rich was discussing that, and he is actually friends with the person in charge there at the museum, and he also does a podcast, a once a month podcast, which he had asked me to do, but I had to pass up because I work problems. But he's really open to whatever they want to do in the museum. So I will be getting with Rich, and we'll be brainstorming and adding some ideas. And like I said, it will all be posted as soon as we tie up all the loose ends.
Yeah, perfect.
Phil McDougall's a real promoter, that guy. I've known him for
Yeah.
a few years now. And he's
Yeah.
doing a good job with that facility because it appeared to be kind of dormant, I think.
Yeah, he is. He really is, because that place was, it is there's so much history in that place, but it was so quiet. And he is doing a great job turning that around and getting people's attention again. And it's a great place to go. It's a great place to meet. Even maybe possibly in the future a car event there. I know a lot of people throwing that around. I've thought that myself. So it's a possibility. A lot of potential.
Yeah, good. I don't know if there's anybody else on that I don't see that I missed, but if you'd like to chime in, that's fine. And then I'll kind of wrap it up here if there's nobody has anything else. Is there anybody else that I don't see here that may want to chime in? Okay, Al, you're there. Go ahead and talk about t-shirts, Al.
Hey, we have t-shirts.
Well, we can get.
We can get t-shirts.
For new people.
We order them as we need them, but we can get t-shirts.
So you're tell them about what's on the back there. Let us see the front and let us see the back.
All right, here's the back. It says Nevada Car Coalition, and it's got all of us guys that were kind of in the beginning, the 8 of us. And then on the front, we can do this. And as you can tell, this is not my shirt. So,
Thanks, Vicky.
I'm pulling a Tim, but in a different way, right, Tim?
So if anybody ever wants any t-shirts or anything like that, we can get t-shirts at the drop of a hat.
Hey,
Yeah,
Alice.
so-
Okay. How many do you have in stock right now?
Hey, Alice.
What Al and Vicky would need would be a logo from your car club logo or your membership logo or whatever you have.
Yeah, we can add it on
the
there.
back. You'll need to email it to them, and then just whoever wants a t-shirt and what size, and they order them specifically however many you want. I mean, we had 8 the first time. So,
You wanna talk
all right,
about
so
it?
typically, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. We
Hang
usually
on a
meet on
second.
the second Monday of every month. Just, go ahead, Al.
Vicky's got something here.
Go ahead,
Alice,
Vic.
Alice, are you
Yes,
there? Oh,
yes.
is Summer Salute on May 28th?
It's the Saturday of the long weekend. I'm not sure if it's the 27th or not.
Oh, I think it is 28th. It's the 28th.
Oh, no.
Okay. I
Yes.
just wanna make sure. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, all right, it's all yours, Dennis.
Okay, so we usually meet on the second Monday of every month. Only time reason we changed this because it's, it's Valentine's Day, the 14th. So it would have been normally the 14th. So just mark it on your calendar. We come on, we just talk about whatever we want to talk about and share things and upcoming events and just anything at all. And then what we're trying to do, I'm going to try this year to record these things. So if anybody in your clubs or your social memberships, whatever you have, want to hear what we're talking about, it'll be on the coalition page. I think I can do that. I don't know. We'll have to have my wife figure that one out. So, but I'm recording this one, so you'd be able to, if we post it, it'll be there for anybody to replay it and share it with your group. Does anybody have any other comments or anything or questions?
Yeah. Dennis, I got a couple of things, just some closing thoughts. As far as the Facebook page, any of you folks, like, again, if you have anything that you want to post on the page, if you're not a part of the coalition, you should be. And if you need more information how to get there, you can contact me. I would think everyone knows how to contact me. My name is Kevin DeGregory, in case you don't know. And I can get you set up on the coalition page. And if you want to be a part of the coalition, if you want to be a part of the Genoa Customs and Classics this September 10th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Genoa, and you want to have a trophy in your club's name, please let me know. Because when we get to that point and I start going through and ordering trophies, we do have, each club has their own club trophy that they could be represented. So let me know, and when we get close to that, and I can make that happen for you guys as well. And if you have any information or you need any information, please contact me at dog13house@yahoo.com. Or you can call me at 775-842-7761. I can help you with any questions you have about the coalition.
And Kevin is the go-to guy, that's for sure.
I wanted to throw also in there on these meet and greets, it's not just for chapter heads or club presidents, it's for everybody.
Anybody.
Agreed.
I mean, bring your family, bring your kids.
Yeah.
It's about a social gathering, getting together.
Yeah.
Friends, you don't have to be part of the coalition. Just let them learn about it. So, share it with everybody.
Dennis?
Yes.
Also, I just want to say that the Fall Colors Car Show, it's out of our area. It's down in Bishop, but that's scheduled for end of September, September 30th. That's a fun show too. If anybody's been down there before, they usually have a big swap meet and all of that stuff. Last year's was a little small. They had it at a park, but I'm still waiting to hear exactly where they're going to have it this year.
Tim, let me ask you a question. Do you know the guys that run that thing?
No, but I think a couple of members of my club do, so I can check with them.
Because I know those guys came to our little car show up here in Dayton. And they were promoting their show, and they are kind of remote. And I don't know, we'd have to talk to the core group here and see if we wanted to stretch out that far, but they're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they are.
And if we could get them some support with the approval of our core group here, I'd love to have them in. I really would. And if any of you guys know anybody else, any other car clubs, I mean, go through the membership. And if you don't see somebody's name, you think they might like to join the group as a car, you know, if they have a car club or they have a social club, we don't care. As long as they like, you know, vehicles and talking about cars and events and, you know, get them to join, But Tim, reach out to those people if you could, or your club, and
Yeah,
see
I
if we
will.
can get- Because I'd love to have them, if everybody approves, I'd love to have them part of this.
Sure
So,
will.
Anybody have anything else?
Good meeting.
That's Roy from Iron Mafia. Just to let you know, we do also have a Facebook page. So anybody wants to post anything on that, feel free. We'll approve them and get them on there.
Beautiful. Yep. Good. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah. Okay, with that, guys, we're
This is
gonna,
Dave.
do we have
hold
somebody
on.
else? Yes?
Yeah, this is Dave with the Miata Club. Just want to thank you for the invite to the Zoom meeting, and I will carry your message back to our club and see what the interest is. As Mike did state, we've never done shows before, but maybe that's an area of interest. We'll just have to inquire, poll the group and see what they think. But I like your ideas, and I think it's good. The whole idea of the coalition is a good idea. And if it's a fit for our club, we'll get back to you.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Well, thanks very much for being on. I really appreciate that. All right, guys, with that, I guess we're gonna end the meeting. I'll stop this recording and we'll see you in probably, let's see, it would be the meet and greet and then the meeting after that in April. So we'll see you in March. We'll get the invite out to everybody, and the recording will be on the page tomorrow.
Thanks, Dennis.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Kevin,
Dennis.
thanks very much. Tim,
Thanks, Dan.
thank you. Marie,
Thanks,
Thanks for
everybody.
putting together.
I'll let you get back to work, dear.
Leave.
All right, see
Hey,
y'all.
guys.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye.